If I can have your attention here in the media center and up in the press box, we'll start our post-race media availability for today's Can-Am Duel at Daytona, race number 1. And we're joined by our third-place finisher, Darrell Wallace Jr., driver of the number 43 Click and Close Chevrolet for Richard Petty Motorsports. And Bubba, you know, it seemed like you were holding out mid-pack throughout most of the race, really biding your time, waiting to make your move. Talk about the decision that you made at the end of the race to really start going for it and really walk us through the end there.
Yeah, well, let me start off by saying I just had a bodyguard walk me from the car to here, and his name was Richard Petty, and I have never seen him that excited before. That was the coolest thing. Him coming up, huge hug. Glasses were off. Sunglasses were off. Got to see how much, you know, he was truly excited about that. And so that is probably the highlight of the night. Better than finishing third. Just there it is on TV. So just seeing how pumped he was and just the words he said there were definitely words of encouragement. But from the drop of the green flag, you know, we had a kind of a pact made up of we were just going to ride, you know, get to the top as soon as we can. That's what we did, and every time the top prevailed on restarts. So our Click and Close Camaro Z01 was, you know, was decent all night. I don't know enough about these races to really say what I need, but we kept all 4 tires underneath us, kept it off the fence, kept it off other cars. So I'd say all in all, it was a good day. That last restart, I was pretty proud of Ryan for taking the bottom there and stop doing all that team stuff. Logano didn't like it, but I gave Ryan a good shot there. I think I gave him too big of a shot. But it was a good race to the back to the line, and I just moved up a little bit too late. But Joey and I both said we would have both wrecked if I would have went up any higher there at the end. He wasn't lifting, I wasn't lifting. So all in all, come home third, and hey, I did the same thing. Come home third, and it's a good start for our Daytona 500.
Okay, we're also joined by our runner-up in today's race number 1, and that is Joey Logano, driver of the number 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford for Team Penske. And, you know, Joey, once again, it looks like Team Penske has it figured out here at Daytona International Speedway. Please walk us through your race from your perspective.
It was going really, really good. Until Blaney wanted to pass me. You know, I thought we all worked really well together. Team Penske cars were, you know, doing a good job at pulling each other up to the lanes we needed to and then being able to control the race from there. And you know, team orders is, you know, you work together as much as you can, and then you race each other for the win. So you know it's coming. Surprised where Blaney made the move to pass me there, because that's the same place he did it in the Clash, and it didn't work for him in the Clash, so I was kind of not thinking he would do it there. And then he made the move, and I thought I was still in decent shape with Brad behind me. And even down the backstretch, I thought I was going to be in good shape, and then they wadded him up. And the 100 feet of the race that I didn't lead, the caution came out, and that scoring loop, I guess. I don't know. I saw the lights, and I was in the lead, but apparently it goes back to the loop, so figures. And so we lost control of the restart, and then the 2 best friends there ever was sitting next to each other, and I apparently don't have any friends.
I've seen you race.
It's all coming back to me.
Not anybody's friend.
I know, I could tell. And so I was kind of a lone ranger trying to get the 31 to pull up to me. And Darrell did a great job pushing Blaney. I mean, as soon as they went, they were hooked and going. And just the timing was off behind me. So they were able to clear really the whole outside lane. And then I got a good run there at the end from the 17. Just gave me a good push, and then was able to get back.
You still made it a 1-2 finish for the boss, so
yeah.
what the hell?
It's the one part that you always go for, but
I haven't been there in a
it's
while.
a race. You want to, the first is where you shoot for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're just happy with top 5s lately.
But it was good, and I don't know, 2 seconds so far this Speed Weeks, which is okay. If you can look at it 2 ways, you can look at it as okay, or you're the first loser twice, and hopefully we're saving it for the big one. So 2 Penske cars so far, and hopefully the third one's the big race, and it's the big bright red and yellow one.
Okay. We're going to open the floor up for questions. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get a wireless microphone to you. We'll start here with Jenna and work our way around.
Jennifer, AB, I have a question for each of you. The first one, Bubba, I heard Joey say, I assume tongue-in-cheek on TV, that you and Blaney might as well be teammates out there.
Pretty close. I mean, they're at the end. You guys worked together really good.
Yeah, we did. Hell, I had to give him a shot. You do pull down.
As hard as the time, you gave him such a hard time in here earlier when we were doing the Fox.
It's my little brother. I got to.
Yeah, brother. You guys go play your drums together.
So my question was it deliberate that you gave Blaney that shot, or is it just that's who was there and you had to go and give somebody a push?
That's who was there. I would expect the same from Joey. If I was leading, he was third, I would expect the same amount of shot to do that. I'm not going to not shove anybody just because who they are. My plan was to push them out there and get clear of the 22 and the 1, have somewhat of a run, but 22 did a good job of stalling me out long enough and finally got clear, and he got back around me. So no matter who it is, if I'm third, I'm going to push you. I'll push you all the way I can.
And Joey, is there any reason to believe that a Team Penske car is not going to win the 500?
No reason to believe that. No, we're going to make it happen.
We don't get questions like
That's how
these
we're
in other
doing it.
series. These are crazy. This is new for me.
We're going to come up front to Jessica here.
The big leagues.
Jessica Ruffin with NASCAR.com. This is for Bubba. What did Richard Petty say to you when he was walking with you? And then how did you feel up there? You know, you're a rookie and you're up there, I mean, contending for the win at the end.
Yeah, he was all right, bud. Good job. Big hug, a little bear hug from the King was awesome. He was just proud. It was just good to see his car is running up front where it needs to be. And then we started talking about who was where at the end, and Joey got the toe and got the push and got back around us. But all in all, he was so proud, and you could really tell and see his emotion. So he really had to be there to feel it, and definitely made you feel good walking in there. It felt like we had just won the race, as proud as he was. But you know, for the rookie stuff, I mean, that's just a stepping stone. We still got a race to get through now. You know, Drew had come over. A good, nice job. You're starting 7th for the 500. I'm like, all right, doesn't really mean much because we got 500 laps or 500 miles to go.
Did the King give you like that death grip where you're there in your shoulder blade?
It was one of these like full wrap, and
Okay.
then he like walked like this all the way back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all the way.
That's a lot of loving.
Yeah.
He always throws a thumb like into my
Claw,
shoulder
yeah.
blade, and it about puts me to the ground. Yeah.
Well, that ain't hard to do.
We'll go next to Brendan, then we'll go upstairs to the press box.
Brendan Marsh, Charlotte Observer. This is for Bubba. Bubba, first time, you know, with the extended time in the car when it's your car, does it give you confidence, this sort of performance, or do you still want to be able to learn from this? And you know, do you have to sort of temper expectations a little bit still?
Yeah, no, I'm still learning. You know, that last restart, I legit thought I would get put 3 wide from the 41, just from experience. And I did my best to hold him off. And then from experience there coming to the line, it was just a rookie delay. Knowing that the 21's coming off of 4, or the 22's coming off 4, get up there. You know, I think he had so big of a run, he could have just went right around me.
Going the other way.
Yeah, exactly. It'll look like something at GoPro Motorplex if I would have pulled up. But, you know, for me, I'm just going to keep learning. I'm an open notebook all night, from figuring out these tough questions that I'm getting asked to racing out on the track.
Go next to Mike.
Mike Hembry, USA Today. Joey, it's almost like the Penske team has an embarrassment of riches here. If you're running like this with 10 to go in the 500, all 3 of you, how are you guys going to kind of figure out who's going to work with who? Are you going to work with one of the other guys, one of your teammates, or somebody like Bubba's going to be there? You're going to hook up with him? There's a lot of thinking in a little amount of time, right?
Yeah, and you have no idea what the circumstances will be, right? It could be anything, any certain cars lined up, and that's what Blaney did there at the end. As we got to the point that it's racing for the win, it's a green white checker, and he saw. I think the 31 had some kind of parachute off the left rear. It looked like the quarter panel was ripped off the back, and they saw that, and I think Darrell was a good car to go with as well. So, it's the right decision. I felt like, man, I'm on the top. This is great. If I can just be on the outside going down the back stretch, I felt like I had a decent shot at being able to clear him into 3, but I was too far back. By the time they shoved Blaney, was clear before we got to turn 1. So yeah, they just made the right move there. But I mean, as far as the decisions you make through, it's just all circumstances on who's where. And like I said, our team orders are work together as best you can, but it's a race, and they expect Roger expects us to race for wins, and that's what we've been able to do for the first 2 races, and it's worked out pretty well. So we all still like each other, which is good. It's a challenge, when you're all racing for a win. There's a lot on the line. And that's probably one of the most challenging times for teammates, is to be able to work together, because you guys are on the line of winning, not on the borderline of finishing 5th or something like that. So it's probably the most stress on a relationship of a team. But I think we're strong enough that we've been able to get past that and be able to keep working forward.
Next to Holly.
Holly Kane, the NASCAR Wire Service. But what does this do for your confidence about the Daytona 500? I mean, surely this is the way you want to go into the race, feeling very good and optimistic.
Yeah, for sure. But for me, I think younger me, I would be bouncing off the walls and just being ready to climb in for the 500 and not thinking that, okay, we have a lot more practice to go and then we have to get through 500 miles of it. So right now I'm just like, hey, great, we got through tonight. One car, didn't get any wrecks, didn't make any dumb moves. Hopefully earn some respect from the veterans out there. But knowing that it all just is just a reset, big reset button on Sunday. So still a lot of work left to be done before we do climb in. So I'm just so proud of my guys and what they have brought to the racetrack, what they're bringing as far as attitude-wise to the racetrack. It's sure in hell fun to be around.
Go to Jenna, and then up front to Kenny Bruce.
Joey, you have won a Daytona 500 for Roger, and we all know what the Indianapolis 500 means to him. What does winning the Daytona 500 mean to him?
It's a pretty big deal. Yeah, it's huge for anybody to win the Daytona 500, no matter if you're Richard Petty, you're Richard Childress, you're Joe Gibbs, you're Roger Penske. It's a huge deal to win. It's the biggest race of the year. In my opinion, it's the Daytona 500, the great American race. It means a lot to be able to go out there and win that thing. And it's special to be on the list of drivers that have won significant races like the Indianapolis 500 or the Daytona 500 or a lot of other ones that they've been able to accomplish. It's special to be on that list that Roger's been able to win. But, like I said, it's big for anybody. It's a huge race, The Brickyard 400 is one that stands out for us as well that Team Penske hasn't won yet. And that's the one, that'd be really cool to deliver for him. But doesn't take anything away from what this race is. This is still the biggest one. In my eyes, at least.
Did you get anything special from him?
I got a good hug. Guess same thing Daryl just got. You didn't even have to win the Daytona 500 for that. No, I mean you don't really need anything, It's just the fact that he's there and he's enjoying it with you, and you can party together as a team. I think that's really all you want, right? You just want to have that gratification that you've won the biggest race and he's there and we can all enjoy it.
Close it out here with Kenny.
Kenny Bruce with KennyBruce.net. Joey, obviously Blaney's a talented driver, but are you kind of surprised that the addition of a third team, those guys have been able to be as strong as they have, as quickly as they have?
No, I'm not surprised at all. I would expect that. That team basically was a 21 team last year for the most part. So, they've all worked together. Blaney is getting better and better at this super speedway racing, obviously. So it's not a surprise that you see the speed that they have, and not just here, but you'll see it throughout the season. That they're strong. They're good. Blaney's gotten a lot better as a driver, and knowing the information, just sitting in the meetings and listening to him now compared to a couple years ago when he first started, and you listen to his feedback then to now, he's just way more confident in the information he's giving, that he knows that it's good, and him and Bullen's got a good relationship, and they're strong because of it. It's cool to see their growth, from where they are, and at first we didn't really, as a team, we didn't lean too much on that car, and because there wasn't much experience there and they weren't sure of what they needed. And now it's a true 3-car team where we all lean on each other equally. There's not one team that I think is better than the other right now.
We do have one question in the press box. Go ahead, press box.
Let's see.
Press box. Come in, press box.
Earth to press box.
Yes.
I like KennyBruce.net. Has a nice ring to it.
Well, gentlemen, seeing how the
box.
press box is not working
Fell.
at this point in time, congratulations on your run tonight, and good luck on Sunday in the Great American Race.
All right, thanks guys.